Crypto's biggest critic, Elizabeth Warren, is done. Her political career is as good as toast. If challenger John Deaton is able to defeat her this November, backed by crypto money, man, what a story. Now, John is a good friend of mine, and I should be doing an interview with him soon. I actually heard from him this morning. But I have to be honest with you. I believe whether John wins or not, Elizabeth Warren is on the way out because of her attacks on crypto. Stick around until the end of this video to find out why all the obstacles for crypto are getting removed, and you won't believe who's pulling the strings. Let's get it. I'm not a financial advisor. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. We are talking Elizabeth Warren today and how the banks just Judased her for 30 pieces of digital silver. Liz has always been one of crypto's biggest critics, with comments going back a ways, but today we're going to map out what she's been doing to work against us all these years. Then I'm going to explain the momentous shift that has occurred behind the scenes that spells the end for Elizabeth Warren's career. So smash that like button and hit subscribe if you like when I go after the bad guys. Let's get started. Back in October of 2018, Liz made some of her first negative comments about crypto. Potential 2020 Democratic presidential contender Elizabeth Warren took two major swipes at cryptocurrency today. Crypto is easy to steal, and a lot of smaller investors are being scammed through initial coin offerings, Warren warned in a Senate Banking Committee hearing. Now watch this as she uses Facebook as evidence as to why crypto is bad.
In fact, it is now so bad that Facebook recently banned all ads for virtual currency related products and ICOs because there were so many, quote, deceptive and misleading advertising that targeted regular consumers.
Check this out from less than 1 year later on June 18th, 2019. Facebook launches a new cryptocurrency called Libra, published Tuesday, June 18th. Facebook is a leading consortium creating a new digital currency called Libra. Partners include payments companies, Visa, Stripe, PayPal, and Mercado Pago, and that will help merchants accept Libra. Some tech companies are also on board, including eBay, Lyft, Uber, Spotify, and Latin American payments platform Mercado Pago. Facebook will also create a new subsidiary, Calibra, to build a digital wallet for people to store and exchange the currency using Facebook apps, which of course we know Libra died a few years later. Of course, the next couple of years were filled with a failed presidential bid for Liz and a 97% fail rate. Don't panic, only 11 of Elizabeth Warren's 330 bills have ever passed. Then in 2021, as Bitcoin prices were rising and crypto was thriving, Liz goes in.
We had a chance to talk with experts, bring in a lot of senators around it. But the bottom line was that what's happening right now in cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin and Dogecoin, it's a wild west out there. And it makes it not a good way to buy and sell things, and not a good investment, and an environmental disaster. So do we need some regulation around this? You bet we do.
Liz, hey, is it you bet or we bet? You've been in the pockets of the big banks and the big tech you pretend to rally against for years, and we're going to show people in a little bit how they do it. This isn't anything new for Liz. In fact, she's always played both sides. Check this out from her Wikipedia. Widely regarded as a progressive, she was previously a registered Republican. It was not until 1996 that she changed her registration from Republican to Democrat. According to Warren, in the 6 presidential elections she voted in before 1996, she cast her ballot for just one GOP nominee, Gerald Ford, in 1976. Yeah, right, Liz. We know you just became a Democrat to run. Now let's look at what else she had to say. United States Senator Elizabeth Warren, one of the most vocal cryptocurrency skeptics in the U.S. government, has called the cryptocurrency industry the new shadow bank. In a Sunday interview with the New York Times, Warren said that the cryptocurrency industry offers many of the same services as shadow banks, but still lacks consumer protections or financial stability that back up the traditional system. Oh, but we're about to have a very important shift, one that Liz, she didn't quite understand was coming. Warren expressed concerns over the rapidly growing market for stablecoins, a type of cryptocurrency whose value can be pegged to that of other assets, including fiat currencies like the US dollar, the euro, or commodities like gold. The senator said that it's worth considering banning US banks from holding the reserves to back private stablecoins, a move that could effectively end the surging market. Oh, but you see, Liz, you didn't understand that stablecoins were the future, and they're here now. As she went on to make her talking points about being anti-crypto, she didn't realize that she was actually sealing her fate. Fast forward 3 years, and her comments look pretty stupid as Ripple, BlackRock, and others are now jumping into the stablecoin game. A highly regarded crypto analyst recently opined stablecoin growth is more important Q for crypto bull market than Bitcoin ETF inflows. And you could kind of see the tide start turning against Elizabeth Warren. She was kind of left out of the club. In July of 2021, Elizabeth Warren pressed Janet Yellen, regulators, to address growing threats in crypto market. Senator Elizabeth Warren urged Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen to identify and remedy risks posed by cryptocurrencies. Warren pressed Yellen to use her power as the leader of the Financial Stability Oversight Council to ensure the safety and stability of consumers and our financial system. Warren's letter also came as she and other lawmakers kicked off a hearing called Cryptocurrencies. What are they good for? Elizabeth Warren found herself needing to pressure people in her own party ranked higher than hers in order to begin regulating and pressing crypto. But Congress, the Fed, and the Treasury, well, they've still laid back, barely touching crypto regulations as FTX. But now we do have a new stablecoin bill. U.S. Senators Lummis, Gillibrand take on stablecoin legislation with new bill. Senator Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand unveiled a new bill Wednesday, hoping to move the needle on stablecoin legislation. Will it be successful? I'm sure it will be, because stablecoins, they're so in right now, and everyone's jumping in. Because as we've been detailing on this channel lately, which you wouldn't know if you had been subscribed, that we're in big trouble in the world with BRICS against us. And I believe that Elizabeth Warren is going to be a sacrificial lamb in November for the bankers, as now TradFi is for crypto. The fact is, it always was for crypto, just their version of it. Stablecoins, ETFs, CBDCs. Now that's your government's kind of crypto. Govern me harder, daddy. This is why you should try to own some Bitcoin at least as you start moving profits over, because it really is the best hedge against, I'm just going to call it, owning nothing and being happy. And we don't even have time to get into her conspiracy with Gary Gensler to toss him softball questions in SEC hearings, or how she pushed Biden to make the sanctions on Russia that have sunk America. But let's ignore all that and let's just go to where we're at right now. If you're in crypto, you're a criminal. I'm just kidding. No, Elizabeth Warren really does think that though. But is this what she really believes? Check out what she said on February 28th this year. Right as RWAs and tokenization narratives were picking up, Senator Warren hits out at crypto again, says industry needs to follow the same rules as TradFi. Interesting, isn't it? Hasn't Warren always been anti-banks and anti-TradFi? But now she's saying that it's great and everyone should use those same rules. Go figure. No, guys, we shouldn't. And no, guys, she doesn't really believe that. You have to think of it like this. Remember when Sam Bankman-Fried went down for FTX? Something came out that was absolutely pivotal. He donated to Republicans. FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried says he made secret donations to Republicans. In a newly published phone call, SBF claims reporters freak the F out if you donate to a Republican because they're all super liberal. Here's the point. Individuals hide who they donate to. A bunch of your friends donated to Trump. They just didn't want to tell you because they're afraid you would judge them. Well, check this out. Corporations and institutions, they do that too. The only difference is often it is absolutely to hide it. It's weird when you go down our list of donors. Wow, no banks show up. But you see all these universities, PACs, government, corporations, etc. So no banks, right? Stop believing what you see. Let me show you how this works. And I swear to you guys, the first time I tried this, it worked. I picked a random donor, Microsoft. I then searched Microsoft Board of Directors. Then I went to compensation and opened up the tabs for all the board members. Now let's find out how many clicks it takes to get to the center of a TradFi roll-up pop. A 1, a 2, a 3. Ding, ding. Wells Fargo CEO, Charles W. Scharf. The banks don't want you to see where they're donating. Some do, but the big money is in the background pulling the strings. And unfortunately for Elizabeth Warren, they're about to cut her strings. Sanctions, Biden and politicians like Warren will be blamed for the BRICS action coming against us. Well, heck, it's already here in many ways, especially financially. And with Larry Fink saying the tokens are the next generation for markets, TradFi is signaling to Liz that they will not be needing her services anymore. And this has brought up an incredible opportunity for my friend who's running against Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts, John Deaton. John is, of course, the attorney who pushed the amicus brief for the Ripple SEC lawsuit that had over 70,000 signatures. Even mine was on there. There's no one better out there to take on the crooked political system from the inside than John. No one. He's like me, a straight shooter, a bulldog. And I know I'm not the only big person in crypto who's supporting John. Coinbase joins Ripple and Cardano CEOs to help John Deaton out fundraise Elizabeth Warren. John has absolutely outraised Liz in his attempt to unseat her. And that's not only because of crypto executives, but it's because of people like you and me. Friends to crypto, enemies to Elizabeth Warren. So if you can, go check out John's campaign at johndeatonforsenate.com. You can stay in touch with his campaign. Look, together, we can take out this banking fraud, Elizabeth Warren. We can let TradFi finish her off. But let's kick her out of office. Now, BitBoy out.